Okay, this is mid-November, and you can see we're in a genuine forest here, and we're obviously out in the wild somewhere because we've got an actual real background behind us. This is John Urwin. Just to recap on some important information you should be across. Again, this is John Urwin, and this is him proving in his book that he's been associated and connected with some elite Egyptian special forces. So we're not messing around with John Urwin. This is a great book, and on the edit I'll put up his address. Do get this book. It's all about the 16. It's all about one step beyond death in his training in 1957. It's a very good story, and there's a heck of a lot more that needs to come out about what John Urwin has to say. Again, that's his book. He's not paying for this. It's not a paid for promotion. It's just recommended reading. This is the data bank. This is a representation of the data banks that they recovered in 1959 of ancient knowledge. They recovered 2 of them. There's a much larger set of these, we know, and it contains information on high technology from the ancient past. It's all about aliens. It's all about Egypt. Everything written here was written by the predator, the Nephilim. So whoever really built those is long gone, and there's a lot more information on all this. Okay, John Urwin with a U. And the secrets were in Jarabah, and the secrets were contained in that. Again, okay, another major thing you've got to keep across is a great thing called Sunday Wire. Patrick Henningsen really does a great job on this. He's one of the key research investigative journalists out there, and you can see him a lot at the Alternative View conferences run by Ian Crane, whose daughter has got spliced, we understand, but married. Another vital book that you really need to know about the secret history of German intelligence and the sheer degree of penetration in Western, so-called Western governments by a secretive German organization under a variety of names. The details in this book, this is a very important book. As you know, Michael Shrimpton was the person who outed the atom bomb, the nuclear weapon, the nuclear device that was going to be used by this agency at the London Olympics. Because he outed that to the wrong person who picked up the phone, he was thrown in jail as being greatly discredited and slandered and libeled across the internet. But this is a great, he's Michael Shrimpton, LLB, Honours of Gray's Inn, barrister, sometime chairman of the Immigration Appeal Tribunal. An awful lot of stuff in this book. And once you read this and you see what's in there, I mean, the scale of this is immense. No point really going into that. The main reason for today is, update today is, we've had further contacts with Marie Kayali, and she's getting interests. There are interested media outlets wishing to talk to her about certain things, but we leave that for now. I've discussed this at great length. The cyborgs. Channel 4 are just about to run a series of programs on transhumanization, the effect of the robot empire as it comes into our daily lives imminently. For this to be rolled out now means that there's a huge actual tested program of cyborg robots and synthetic humans. This is in yesterday. This is on November the 14th Evening Standard. Now this is a rerun of an advert placed by Boeing, which originally appeared on the Evening Standard and in the English papers very soon after an awful lot of British jobs were lost in British aerospace due to various defence cancellations. This is an ad by Boeing to basically say, hey, UK suppliers, and double the company's UK workforce. Well, that was shortly after an awful lot of UK workforce were fired. It's very important in the context of this that this Chinook is overflying Stonehenge. They're telling you something here in plain sight. British military, US Boeing Defence Organisation, ancient technology. Okay, that's why I talked about this. Ancient technology now in use by the military. Do you get this, folks? Okay, we really need to switch on about this. This is directly connecting with the ancient technology recovered by the British, otherwise known as sentient fluid or the black goo in Thule Island in the south of the Falklands, which is, we understand, with unconfirmed reports being now distributed in very large amounts to 3 major British bases in the UK. This sentient fluid is able to create soulless cyborgs, soulless beings. We also understand that Saudi Arabia will be rolling out the largest single deployment of robot police imminently, within the next 18 months. This is in progress. The era of the cyborg transhumanization issue is now in effect, and they are making us into cyborgs, which is of course the whole point of Marie's story. Now, we're just going through this Evening Standard. There's also an alert in this Evening Standard of the number of people committing suicide in the London tubes is at an epidemic proportions. People are literally going to the ends of the station, or even the ends of the platforms. They've even now got a little sign saying, phone this number before you commit suicide. Takes about 2 hours for them to clean up the mess. Michael Bublé, that's a good guy. Just trying to scan through this. This is a very important edition of this newspaper. Westworld. You must watch Westworld. That's a remake of the original Westworld from the early 1970s with Yul Brynner. This illustrates the 3D printing of cyborgs which become human and then start having sentient, independent thought and break program. That is a very, very well done TV series. You must see this. This is imminent replacement of human beings with cyborgs. There's an awful lot of stuff in this, which you're just trying to find the relevant thing. We're just doing this on our old camera, so we'll see how it takes. The changes, imminent changes happening are staggering. Now, I have asked for donations. I'm imminently in urgent need of donations, and it's miles@thebasisproject.org if you want to donate. I'm trying to connect these dots for you so you can understand the imminent, impending changes that human beings, those who are going to be left, are going to have to deal with. Now, the immediate generation that's joining adulthood, employers are beginning to realize they haven't a clue. They can't handle real life. Again, this is a major article. 6 beach whales have been rescued. There's all sorts of code in this edition of this newspaper. Not that there isn't in everyday code. Just let's get down again at The Exorcist. I mean, this is synthetic beings with some kind of other soul inside them that's trying to fight to get out. I think this is it. This is the most important thing. Once again, we're dealing with the feminine aspect of human beings in the cyborg. Now, the female robot concerned, which has been, you must go to the Jeff Rentz show, and David Icke has done an extremely important show with Jeff Rentz, who is an extremely important independent journalist. He's been doing it on radio, online for years. He's now online with his own TV station, which ultimately is something I would like to get together with proper journalists. That Sky News as a threat is effectively being completely neutered for years now. Sky News is virtually irrelevant in terms of any critical journalism, which is something we hold very seriously in terms of any form of independent broadcasting of journalistic issues. Now, bringing this into sight, beautiful woman used in a photographic competition. She's a cyborg, autonomous, conversational being. There's the artist who decided to sneak this non-human in, and she won an award, I understand, but she couldn't tell the difference. The cybernetic, literally in the era of the remake of Blade Runner. This technology is in plain sight. Artificial intelligence is now in plain sight, but the problem is that the humans think they have control. They don't, and they never had. But we have to engage this intelligence. We have to be intelligent with this artificial intelligence. We are trying to make moves to get people who are key players in this to talk and tell a basis audience, which comprises of lots of TIs, people who've had implants, people who have had their lives changed, and who are actually part of this rollout of this technology with the combination of cybernetic, extremely advanced Pichot technology, 1,000 to 1,000,000 times smaller than nanotechnology, inside their biological makeup, where the biological makeup and the artificial intelligence and the artificial technology are uniting and working together. That's it for now. Again, donations are urgently needed. It's basically, I've virtually stopped editing because of the needs of other urgent requirements. We had 25,000 hits on the Irish conference, only 6 donations for that, which is basically taken a wind out of my need to, I mean, what's the point? If anybody wants this to continue, we really do need to up this artificial background, make it into a professional full-scale channel, delivering information. There are others do it. Jeff Rent's doing it, as I say, the recent David Icke, and I stay neutral on David for very important reasons. He's published a new book. Again, read the damn book, but be aware of Trojan algorithms in the book, which will bring you so far, like a Pied Piper, and then send you off completely in the wrong direction. That's a very important aspect of this. Okay, I've said that for the books. Get them online, get them on Amazon. Some great movies, Sandra Joy, great movie out on Vimeo, Awakening of 12 Strands, Marshall Films. That's been promoted already. That's it. 3:15 on a autumn day in November, and we'll stick this on. This all has meaning, folks. Deep meaning. Wake up, get informed urgently. This is Miles from the Basis Project. Donate at donate@thebasisproject.org or via PayPal directly, miles@thebasisproject.org. As simple as that. Thank you for now.